Welcome back once again. As we all know that the 62nd Munich Security Conference, MSE, kicked off on Friday and will last until February 15th of this month. And we're very delighted to be having with us over the phone Dr. Mohamad Ezaby, International Relations Expert. Good afternoon, Dr. Ezaby.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir? As you all know, that actually this conference is attended and led by 50 heads of state and governments from all over the world, and long-standing alliances into question. How exactly this conference is going to address many issues, if you would like to start off with?
Well, we can say that this year's overarching theme revolves around the accelerating breakdown of the rules-based international order. The official Munich Security Report 2026, released just days before the conference, titled Under Destruction, analyzes the rise of political forces worldwide that prioritize distribution and dismantling over reform and constructive change.
Right. If we could look more deeper over the sessions, we could see that the main topics that this conference is addressing are things like European security, of course, and defense and future of transatlantic relations, probably the revitalization of multilateralism and competing visions of global order. We also have regional conflicts, of course, and security implications of technological advances. Those are all things that are mainly addressing European interests, and amongst them is mainly security and probably digital security. So if you would like to shed light over the most important priority according to the European vision.
Well, we know that there is a gap now between United States and the European community, especially after what's said by Friedrich Merz, the host of Germany for this conference. We can say that the opening keynote speech on February 13th, warning that the rules-based order no longer exists, and emphasizing that even the U.S. cannot go alone in an era of great power. Foreign Minister Johann Wadfall, Defense Minister Boris Pistorius, President Frank Walter, so United States Secretary of State Mark Rubio, leading the delegation and scheduled to speak on Saturday, February 14th or 15th. Europeans are watching closely for tone on transatlantic relations. Large congressional delegation. So according to the gap between U.S. and European community, so the all European community put focus on how European countries can defend themselves against any struggle. So they need to raise the amount of their armies, raise the weapons of their armies. They don't want to paste on the United States again, because they know that United States didn't make it without win-win principle. Always Donald Trump tried to use this principle to give support and take advantages. So all European community want to depend on themselves in defense next days and raise the amount that will pay for their arms next year.
Right. In a statement that was given by the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Saturday, that is today, he focused over the U.S.'s desire to preserve the transatlantic alliance. They are very obviously looking for an alliance between them, and he even marked the United Nations as virtually playing no role in resolving conflicts, although that they have excluded the United Nations on many important fronts. And he even called for global institutions to be reformed. Is this somehow pointing to the peace board that is being formed by President Bill Clinton in Gaza, that is taking a complete a complete role of the United Nations and eradicating the role of the United Nations? What does that statement mean?
That statement means United States want to control all places of struggles, especially Gaza. We know the plan of Donald Trump for ceasefire, which are signed in Sharm el-Sheikh conference. It means also that Donald Trump, in his speech, when he talked about Greenland and the conflict between Denmark and the United States about Greenland now, always the United States want to control any place of struggle, to use their sources, their treasures, minerals. United States didn't give any aid without take some advantages. That's what Marco Rubio said. He wants to say, we give support and we want what you will give us in return. So all European countries know that United States cannot support European country again. We know that what made by Donald Trump about Ukraine, and he wants to ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, and what the pressures put on Zelensky to accept the conditions of Russia to leave the land that occupied by Russia to Russia, and the agreement which he signed between Zelensky and Donald Trump to have the minerals, to use the minerals of Ukraine. So what's said by Marco Rubio is what you will give us in return to protect you, what you will give us in return to make support you to European countries in economic field and defense field. That's all what the mean of Marco Rubio's speech.
Exactly, and that was the language that has been launched ever since American President Donald Trump took office, and it has been used. But then there is a legitimate role for an international community, like, for example, the European Union, the UN, the United States, and there are international laws that have to be respected, amongst other international forces that could be taking a side role besides the major role of the United Nations. Does that mean a complete eradication of international community in the near future, and the rule of law is going to be for power countries or strong countries from the perspective of an American vision?
Well, we can go back to the speech of Dr. Badr Abdel Afi in the African Security and Peace Summit Council, when he said about we need to fix the international Security Council.
International community?
Yes, yes.
And Security
and
Council.
We need to be acted in Security Council as African countries by 5 countries instead of 2. We need a legal treatment. We want the law to treat all like each other. But Dr. Badr Abdelati in his speech means that the international law is for poor countries only, for strong countries only, sorry. But we need the fair law. We need the law that treats with any country as each other. So all European countries, all African countries start to refuse what happened in the United Nations, what happened in the Security Council, and start to speak about fix the system of these communities in next years, especially the principle of veto that U.S. used any time when he need to delay any decision taken against Israel, against any country they don't want to be punished. So all European countries now, all African countries, all Asian countries didn't try to fix the International Council in next years.
Also, there was a statement by the British Prime Minister, Mr. Keir Starmer, and that was also today, that all countries must work together to lead a general shift in defense of industrial cooperation. Now, Europe has already embarked on a rearmament effort to have a credible defense by 2030. So what does that mean when it comes to the industrial roles and investment opportunities and partnerships with other countries? What exactly was the industrial cooperation that Mr. Starmer was talking about?
Well, Mr. Keir Starmer talked about European countries must use the unity of European countries with each other, must to raise the industrial companies, especially in the military field, must try to raise the economic level of the European countries by cooperation between all European countries each other. So Keir Starmer want to say we are not now in need to US. We are in need to each other as European countries. We need to cooperate together to be one hand against US, against the language which is spoken by Donald Trump, and the way he treats European countries by principle win to win. So Keir Starmer wanted to make a cooperation between all European countries in industrial field and the economic field to raise the level of economic of all European countries to make sure that they can defend each other.
Right. Amongst also the attendees, and there was an important speech by the French President Emmanuel Macron, and he pointed out to a very important and dangerous point, which is the role of social media that was harming the Western democracy. That was an ambiguous phrase that could be translated into many probably pieces of information. There is a role for social media, and digitalization is a foundation for any technology now. Social media has been taking the lead, but at the same time we have known that in the last few weeks France have been able or succeeded in banning many platforms, social media platforms that were dangerous to youth and dangerous to citizens, and especially people underage. And in this very smart statement by the French president, he pointed out to the danger of social media that is harming probably the philosophy and thinking of citizens.
Well, we know the role of social media is a very important role nowadays. So we saw what happened in many countries about revolution through social media, started by social media, and how many false news that spread around social media. So President Emmanuel Macron is very intelligent to talk about this. because we need to filter anything on social media to protect the citizens, protect youth, protect kids, protect the society, the peace in any country. Emmanuel Macron is very intelligent to put focus, especially all social media is in the United States. We saw many things directed in the U.S. So he started to talk that we need a social media for European countries, and we must know what published on it, how can we use it to protect our citizens, our civilians, our women, our kids. So it is a very important point launched by Emmanuel Macron.
A very important statement, or rather a statement that was given by the Chinese foreign minister Wang Yi, and he warned against calls from United States to distance itself from China. And he said that despite some positive recent signs from the White House, though that U.S. voices were undermining the relationship. Does that monitor another decline in the U.S.-Chinese relationship?
Well, we know that there is a struggle now between China and the United States, especially about Taiwan, and how United States support Taiwan against China, and China consider Taiwan as a part of Great China, and the struggle in economic field about tax which put by Donald Trump on China. So this speech means that the struggle between China and the United States still exists, and it will be raised up next days till the United States changed their language towards China, and it led to that China can treat with European countries, can make a great relation with European countries and cooperate with European countries against the policy of the United States.
Right. There was other statements also that were taken by other European leaders, and of course, in addition to the strong American attendance and the statements that were given by by Marco Rubio, but still there was a conflict between interests when it came to statements that were given. Each was going in a totally different line according to his own focus or according to his own interests. Does that mean probably a clear conflict of interest between the European countries, or it was just a layout of different topics?
It's a layout of different topics only, especially that all the leaders of European countries know that if they have difference in theories and policies, it will be great for the United States. So just difference in thinking, just difference in ways, but all in the same field together against the language of the United States. So they need to be in one hand against this language of Donald Trump. They need to cooperate, even they don't want this, but they must do this now and cooperate together till they pass what happened from the United States against European countries.
Right. Another statement finally was given by the European Commissioner Ursula von der Leyen. She said that European backbone of strategic enablers must be grown in space intelligence and capabilities, and she was referring notably to the use of collective commitment by EU member states to defend one another in the defense of any aggression. She said no taboo could be unchallenged. So how do you assess this statement, if you'd like to elaborate on it?
Well, Ursula von der Leyen speech also is very important. It puts focus that European countries need to be together next years, need to make a one deal or a one cooperate in the field of defense, especially that they not need United States now. They want to neglect any support from the United States, so they need to raise up the amount of their armies, the weapons of their armies, to develop new weapons in the future. So Ursula von der Leyen assist that European countries must be cooperate in the field of defense, especially next year in Donald Trump period of presidency of the United States.
Right. At that note, Dr. Mohamad Ezaby, International Relations Expert, I'd like to thank you so much for talking to us on Nile TV. Thank you so much.